My name is Victoria Heffern, and I've been a member of a Vex Robotics team for 3 years. I am currently on Team 38211A at Sunridge High School in New York State, where I maintain my position as president of the club. My interest in engineering and creating projects led me to taking various technology-oriented classes at school, such as video game design, robotics, C++, as well as electronics. But it was during my sophomore year that I was able to become a part of a Vex competition team. The game for the first season was called Starstruck and involved throwing various objects over a fence for points. One of these objects was a star, and another one of these objects was a cube, the cube being worth more points.
As you will notice, all Vex games are played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field. The fence divided this field in half, a Blue Alliance side and Red Alliance side, each with 2 teams. Stars were worth 1 point in the near zone and 2 points in the far zone, while cubes were worth 2 points in the near zone and 4 points in the far zone.
This year was the most challenging, as it was our first year, and we also had to deal with the time constraints of building a robot within 1 month. However, we managed our time efficiently, and were able to create a robot that was both simple, but was able to accomplish everything that this challenge offered.
The design was a modified clawbot, featuring a simple square base, a rotating arm, and a specially built claw design that would be able to lift both game pieces. Attached onto the base was a small pusher that could extend outwards and assist in stability and moving stars underneath the fence. During the autonomous period of the match, our robot would simply extend its arm, open its claw, and drive forward to knock stars off of the fence. Our team, despite not achieving a high placement, was able to learn a lot from both our achievements and pitfalls with this design.
Backed with experience and a better window of time, Team 38211A began constructing our robot for the next season in the zone. In the zone consisted of mobile goals as well as cones, which could be stacked onto them, as well as stacked on stationary goals. Mobile goals would also be placed into scoring zones for further points.
The field was once again divided into a red and blue side, with stationary goals placed at either end, and mobile goals and caps scattered around the area. Stacked caps were worth 2 points each, and the scoring zones, separated by tape and pipes, were worth 5, 10, and 20 points, respectively. The highest amount of stacked caps was worth an additional 5 points. The robot featured a modified H or U-shaped base, with a double reverse forebar to allow for extension, as well as an elevator-type lift that could allow for vertical movement of the claw. The claw design, again, was specifically created to hold both game elements, mobile goals, and caps. This robot also featured a dual control system, as we determined that one driver alone would have too many functions to handle. One driver would control the movement of the robot itself as well as the extension, while the other would control the claw and lift. We created 2 autonomous programs, depending on what side of the field we were stationed on, that retrieved a mobile goal and brought it back to the 5-point zone.
Our second year in the zone is where we also won our first trophy for tournament finalists. This year's game, called Turning Point, involves the use of caps, which have to be flipped to Alliance color, as well as the use of various colored flags, which also have to be turned through the use of balls.
Caps, when flipped to your color, would be worth 1 point, or when placed onto poles, worth 2 points. The lowest flag would be worth 1 point, while the higher flags would be worth 2 respectively. An interesting component to this game is platform parking, where a robot would climb the platforms to either their alliance color for 3 points or a center neutral platform for 6.
We used all of our prior experience, as well as extensive research for this game, to create the best robot we have ever made to this date.
Through the use of our engineering notebook, we kept track of all of our potential component ideas and were able to go through them to determine the most effective, efficient, and consistent approach. We went through many design revisions and modifications with this year's robot. For our base, we considered tank treads, omni wheels, and specialty created drives, but settled on a dual omni drivetrain with a traction wheel for the center, and would later attach non-functional wheels to the front to assist with platform climbing. We also considered various methods for intaking balls, launching balls, as well as lifting and turning caps. We chose a roller intake system and also concluded that stacking caps would not be our main focus, so we ditched the extension system to allow us to focus on the other aspects of the game. We chose a linear puncher as our method of launching and created a dedicated cap flipper on the opposite side to quickly turn caps to the alliance color. Extra plates were included onto our design to prevent any game elements from getting stuck within or onto our robot, and to protect it from opposing alliances. Because of these many design iterations, we were greatly successful of reaching our 3 goals for this robot and created a tough competitor for all of our matches this season. This robot was created with various factors in mind: speed, accuracy, mobility, effectiveness, and durability.
You're right. There's nothing more lovely. There's nothing more profound than the certainty that all of this will end.
Overall, my 3 years at Vex have taught me a lot about leadership, teamwork, as well as time management and working with building as well as programming. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you got to understand a little bit more about me as well as my team. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go prepare this robot for our first Worlds competition.